So, I used to play baseball for the Braves. Now, don't start Googling things. Just go grab a glass of sweet tea and pull up a chair. I got a story for you. Now, where I grew up, just north of Nashville, baseball wasn't just a sport, it was a requirement. If you were a boy of a certain age, you played baseball. It didn't matter whether you were talented or coordinated or even if you had a basic understanding of how the game was played. If your friends played baseball, you played baseball. That's all there was to it. And that's how I ended up playing for the Jolton Braves. Now, Little League is a wonderful thing. It teaches you teamwork, discipline, sportsmanship, how to survive public humiliation at a very young age. Mostly the last one. I played right field. Now, for those of you who have never been involved in Little League Baseball, right field is a very special place. It's where the coaches put those kids that they just don't know what to do with. It's those kids who are, well, the least likely to interfere with the game in a significant way. You see, most Little League batters are right-handed, which means just by the simple law of physics, the ball's going to go to center field or left field. Not many 8, 9, 10-year-old boys know how to pull the ball to right field. So right fielders just kind of stand out there and, well, wait. I remember being out there in right field. It was a lonely place. And most of our games were at night. So I remember standing there in right field and looking up at the lights. There were these giant green moths that flittered in and out of the lights. And they were huge. They were like the size of my hand. And they would fly in and they glowed in the dark. They were that kind of green, glow in the dark kind of a color. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. So I remember standing out there watching in and out and in, moths flying in and out of the light. And then I would hear my coach, "Lee, pay attention." Huh? Oh, okay, coach. Paying attention. Now, somehow, I'm not sure how, even with me on the roster, our team managed to make the playoffs. So, opening round of the playoffs, I'm standing out there in right field, and it's the bottom of the last inning. The other team is up to bat. I'm standing there in right field, and the other team has a kid on their team. His name was Joel. Joel was that kid that every sports dad loved to have. He could hit a ball for 6 miles. Usually when he hit the ball, we didn't even go look for it. It just went that far. So here I am. I'm standing there in right field. I'm looking up at the moths, and Joel comes up to bat. And the coach gives the universal sign to all players. They know what this means. Back up. Go all the way to the fence if you have to. So back up to the fence. Pitcher winds up. Strike one. Joel didn't even swing. Awesome. Almost there. Pitcher winds up. Strike two. Wow. Now, if we get Joel out, we win the game. If Joel makes any kind of hit at all, he's going to drive home the runners at second and third, and they'll win the game. Okay. Here comes the last pitch, or the next pitch. Pitcher winds up. Ball one. Great. Okay. 2 strikes and a ball. Pitcher winds up, throws the ball. Crack. That's the sound that most of us knew. It was the sound of a perfect swing meeting the perfect pitch. It was the sound of Joel hitting another home run. It didn't even register to me that it had happened until I hear screaming and yelling from the dugout and the fans on our side. And they weren't cheering, it was more like, well, screaming and yelling, because the ball was coming right to me. This was it, the moment I've waited for. All year long, I've stood out there watching these stupid moths fly in and out of the light, and finally, a ball's coming my way. Yes, it's my chance. So I did what every good right fielder does. I put my hand, the one with the glove on it, up over my head. I scooted over to where I thought the ball might come down, and I closed my eyes. This is what most coaches call the hope position, because I was hoping I would catch the ball. And the next sound I heard, I can only describe as the sound of disappointment, because the ball fell to the ground beside me. That was it. Ball laying on the ground. Game over. Winning score. Disappointed fans. And there I was, standing out there in right field all by myself. And I could hear the sounds of disappointed players. Way to go, Lee, you big dummy. Can't even catch a ball, man. All you got to do is catch a ball, man. You know, what's an 8-year-old going to do? So, fortunately, this was the playoffs, and we had a thing called the loser's bracket. Now, the loser's bracket can manage to end up playing for the championship if all things fall into place. We win all of our games. A couple of the other teams lose some of their games, and we managed to make it through. I'm pretty sure it's because I didn't play another inning for the rest of the season up to that point. So here we are. We, the Jolton Braves, make it to the Jolton Little League Championship game. And wouldn't you know it, it was us against the Jolton Dodgers, the same team that we lost to in the first round, the same team that Joel played on. But here we are, playing for the championship. I don't know if the other right fielder was on vacation that year or that game, or if he had the flu, if he just quit. I don't know, but somehow there I was in right field. Now this time the game was played during the day, which was different. It was probably a Saturday afternoon. I don't remember. But we were playing. We got to the last inning, and we were ahead, but only by a run. And guess who comes up to bat? Joel. There's a runner on second. There's a runner on first. And Joel's at bat. All he has to do is hit a good ball to the outfield, and either they tie the game or we lose the game by their winning. So here we are. I'm standing out there in right field, kicking the dirt with the toe of my cleat, just waiting for this to be over. And Joel comes up to bat. Somehow, I don't know how, but the pitcher manages to get a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So it comes down to this. One more pitch. Either way, something's going to happen. So, pitcher winds up, throws the ball. Crack! Straight up in the air. Guess where it's going? To me. So I did what I knew how to do. I scooted over to where I thought the ball was going to land, I held my glove up over my head and I closed my eyes, the hope position one more time. And so I don't know what happened, but like just a couple seconds later, I opened my eyes to see the ball falling straight for me. And I reached up with my glove and snagged that ball out of the air like I was Willie Mays or something. Don't know what came over me. For a split second, there was dead silence. Then the crowd went wild. The players come running out of the dugout. The coach comes running out of the dugout. And I am being celebrated. I am the hero for the day. I still remember how it felt to look down into my glove and to see the ball. I still remember the roar of the crowd. I still remember all the wonderful comments. Can't say if that moment changed my life or not. That one catch, the one miss prior to that, that one catch. Probably so.